Hello, hello, everybody, again on this lovely Tuesday. Woo! Do you care about your self-care?
Yeah!
All right. You know why we got to shout it? Because it's a loving thing to hear that others care about their self-care. And it's so beautiful to know in a respectful way without even diminishing others or saying that you're not acknowledging others, that you care about yourself. Because if you don't care about you, how can you care about me? You know? And I say that because of the quote that we have for this beautiful podcast today with a special guest that's coming in. He's on his way, I guess, trying to be fashionably late or something. As always, so the name of this podcast is A Shot to Remember. And the quote to go with that phrase before I give the name of our guest, the quote is, when much is given, much is required. Everything needed to win is already within you. You just have to dig for it to be revealed. I'm going to say that again. When much is given, much is required. Everything needed to win is already within you. Look in the mirror and say, you. You just have to dig it for it to be revealed. You know what I'm saying? Like, in here, pull it out. Look at it, observe it, use it. Because it's all that you need. Everything that you need is within you. You just have to find it. You know? You have to build up to that point that you never knew you had. That skill, that conversation that's inside of you. Because I'm saying that because I used to be a person that was quiet. I didn't like talking. I like listening. But life has its turns to where that thing that you thought was going to be your primary strength was just a portion of your full power. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to literally spend time alone sometimes to fully know the development of yourself. And I want to get into the questions, and I'm going to get into the questions, but I'm going to save the primary first parts to the podcast for our guest when he arrives. But before he do, I just want to dig a little deeper into what we're talking about as far as a shot to remember. It doesn't necessarily mean that just for him, because he's a professional NBA player, and his name is Derrick Caracter. DC, y'all. DC. So, DC, I mean, when I was on the phone with him talking to him through Sib is Dr. Moody's first chosen follower. He followed Dr. Moody from the ground up that built Chosen Generations. And even down to Dr. Moody's book, Sib was there, his bag boy, Sib was there. If he needed something to eat, Sib was there. And anytime Dr. Moody needs something or doesn't even know he needs it, Sib is there. And Sib is providing. And meeting Sib after coming through these doors into Tier 1 was basically my shot. And my shot was I was coming for business. I wanted to build my own record label. I wanted to be my own signed artist as well as sign other artists as well and help get them off the ground because I seen a struggle. Not just for myself, but for others. Because as you see with the whole, not to drive too far off the topic, but the whole Diddy, the Epstein, and then the whole 360 deals, who really wants to be signed anymore? You know, no, I can't work with you. I miss knowing that there was a Cadillac Records that I can go to and get signed and not concerned about giving up the back door. And but I just gotta keep it me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being me. You know, like we can dance together, like do 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 do, but no. There's no naked mambo. No naked mambo. No. But nonetheless, like that, like my shot even now, I still write music. My music has changed. It's become more profound since I've been here in Chosen Generations. A lot of my sounds is different, even down to the intro of the podcast. It's more coming out of me because I'm digging. Because everything I desired to be a part of or believe I had to be signed to was already in me. The businessman is here. I just didn't know what he looked like, what he sounded like, how he walked, how he dressed, what type of friends he was gonna have. You know what I'm saying? I had to look in that mirror like Michael Jackson said, and if it was dirty, get my Windex. You know what I'm saying? Because wax on and wax it off. Because with these hands can bring me greatness, or these hands can bring me sadness. It's my choice, my doing, my accountability, and those that I put myself around that I feel accountable to and have accountability to me. Like Bobby, when we talk, his insight helps me. All right, everybody, our guest is here. It's arriving. Derrick, Caracter, everyone, put your hands together. Man, it's good to see you in the flesh, man. As I said for our guests, for our audience, a shot to remember, and a shot to remember isn't just about necessarily this man's greatness. It's your own greatness as well. Whatever it is that you're currently doing or looking to do to be noticed for and bring to light, not just for the individual that you are, but as far as generational wealth, generational acknowledgement. Yes, that's what this is all about. And like, how you doing, man? Like, cause that conversation on the phone was wild. I ain't gonna front. It was good though. It was really good. But a lot came out of that, and I really just can't wait to get to it. I even asked the first question, but we want to hear a little bit about you. So yeah.
No, whatever you have, man. I'm just here to come do the work. I was talking to you last night, and it's important about the verbiage for me, more than the rubies, the golds, the diamonds, and all the stuff that we talk about, right? I don't want to get scripturally here, but my name is important, for...
I mean, it is a character, right?
Yeah, it is important.
Yes.
I got kids that's watching, and I take that responsibility serious. And so going forward, I'm back on the court. I'm playing half-court basketball, and who knows what comes out of that. But just, again, at 38 years old,
Still young.
Still youngish, right? I feel I've been through a lot of life already through my experiences with basketball. So getting back out there right now where a lot of people at this age think you're like washed, right? And
what's that like? Explain.
Yo, you just got to watch King James. You just got to watch some of the guys that's already doing it still, and how to take care of their body, the different things about the community, how we're all raising as a whole with how we're taking health more serious. Health is wealth. So, I got an 89-year-old grandmother who's at
God
home,
bless.
Still doing defensive slides and.
I thought my grandmother was bad. She used to drag race.
Right. So she's encouraging me. My neighbor's next door, 6 years old. He's like, "Mommy, why is he getting up at 5 a.m? Like this is, and so like the people that are close to me, seeing the work every day, and really just leading by example, right?
Dang. Plus, tell us about your association just a little bit, before we get into the first question. A little bit.
Association with?
You said it was Walking with Caracter.
Okay, yeah. It's a nonprofit that's been in the works for the last couple of years. I did a lot of initiatives with the NBA for the year and a half I was there with the NBA Cares, NBA Reads, NBA Fits. So I was a player rep for the NBPA, representing the Lakers organization for the legality side of the players' rights in the league. So I was always engaged, and I enjoyed doing that stuff behind the scenes. and just transitioning into life after basketball-ish. I've been working with a professor named Dr. Lynette Tannis and a master student, I can't think of the brother's name, out of Ohio right now. So we'll be doing some work in Ohio and in some of the communities in Ohio. And so I've been just connecting myself with different educators to share my story in these schools. And I decided to call it Walking with Character, to play on the name.
But it works well. I told you I like this. Like, hey, man, it's beautiful. But give it up, everybody. So
like we spoke on the phone, a lot of us when we do, a lot of us very talented here in New Jersey. A lot of our your sports players, we don't need to get into no names, because we're all challenging each other right now behind the scenes on, okay, great, we have this money, but what's the character that we're exemplifying in front of the next generation?
What can I bring more into with this?
It's not just like you got a bunch of money and you need to have a bunch of women or a bunch of
Let's get some investments. You know what I mean?
Really, like let's
be wiser than these rappers that
with the influence that's been projected out here. Right.
But let's jump to the first question. You ready? All right. For our first question, with the opportunity and grace that has been given to you, what is something that you did not see that brought you to the realization of this is it, this is my calling? What happened for that to lead up to it?
Man, you went deep with that one.
Hey, man, you gave me some juice, bro.
Right. No, I think when I first got released from the Lakers, I went through so much adversity getting there. Not in my wildest dream that I think I was gonna be released from that dream, and all it took to get there, and playing with guys like Kobe and my rookie year they were retiring his gym and seeing where he came from. It was a lot like where I came from. So I was super excited to, in a sense, perform in the Staples Center, and regardless, because, if you perform in the Staples Center, regardless if you remain a Laker, you're going to go get a check somewhere else, when you perform on a stage.
People see you
like
there.
The Lakers, if you perform in the Madison Square Garden, it's Mitchell Robinson, he's leaving because he's going to get a check now because he performed and he delivered now, and one of the biggest stages of basketball. So not being able to apply the knowledge that Bean was passing off to me in the film and watching the film, mentally I was in a space like I didn't know what am I,
Sometimes
like
that's
I didn't,
scary, like
and even though I had these other opportunities playing overseas in these different countries, I couldn't, I had that bug. I couldn't really appreciate it. I still was in a space of feeling lost because, all my brothers were making, and it was about money for me at the time. My brothers were making $300,000 a game, and I was barely getting $150,000 in Puerto Rico. So I was still antsy to get back to the money, so to say. And when I was in Puerto Rico, I got released from Puerto Rico. I was in Israel. I got released from a couple teams after the Lakers, and
almost like an orphan child, house to house to house to house. Basically.
Right. And so I was just like, I was in Puerto Rico. I was like, man, maybe I need to get to church. I was like, maybe it's
good start. It's a good start.
And so I was supposed to go to church that Sunday. I decided to get a massage instead. I didn't perform. Like I performed, but they want Kobe numbers. When you used to play with Kobe, everybody's supposed to be Kobe now when you play with Kobe. And so I didn't give them the game they wanted. They released me. I went to Florida, met with a guy. He was telling me about a church. Fast forward, I got saved and filled with the Holy Spirit in Florida, Sarasota, Florida. And, that really changed my life and my perspective on, like, things that happened in my journey, in my career. And, again, got into the work of, outreach, talking to younger kids that didn't have the same opportunities I had, but I could look in their eyeballs and be like, man, my brothers tell me all the time, right? It's like my brothers be like, man, if you see how problems you over there, wouldn't mess with me. My guys that's like 5'5". If I was 6'9", that's always getting the fights in these communities. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, they wouldn't mess with me. And so, I always had like a heart for those guys that I didn't have the amount of opportunities and blessings.
Not to stop you from that, but nah. I want to say something as a man. I'm tall myself, but not as tall as you. But that height should never really have a play with your mannerism. Height should have nothing to do with who you are and how you carry yourself as a man. It's who you are, right here. If society sees you weak, who cares what society sees? What do you see? That's more important.
No, absolutely. And I'm on my page now, and I always try to talk specifically to big fellas, right? Because I feel like when I was younger, being 6'8", 6'9", 13, 14 years old.
Oh, I ain't got nothing to say now. I'm walking out.
No, but you know what I mean? Like I was picked on. I was looked at like I was supposed to be this man already.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I was penalized for that in my character early on with basketball and the world of sports. And then on top of that,
You're a black man.
right? But then on top of that, not coming from, and especially as an athlete and pretty talented athlete, I didn't come from an urban environment. So now the coaches penalize me for that. I was too privileged. Like now, if I had something back to say, or if I'm walking with my back straight, and after you try to shun me and belittle me, and I'm still like, what are we talking about here? That's a problem, you know, because it's a lot of that bucking, a lot of that. They want to break you up. They want to break you down before they build you up and then attach themselves with you. When a lot of time, you know, God-given talent to us, you know, isn't from the man, right?
That's deep.
A lot of times to really be able to coach that's why we're celebrating more black coaches coaching us respectfully, right? Because they understand us a little bit more emotionally, intelligently,
Culturally.
right? I'm never going to look like KD. That was the biggest thing in my career when you talk about weight. You know, KD, it was me, KD, Kevin Durant, Greg Oden, myself were the top 3 kids coming out of high school at the time. 2006. You know who KD is. I'm sure you know Kevin Durant. Greg Oden is, right? But me, by picking the wrong schools, people know who I am too, but not to the heights of where these guys have been.
It shouldn't
already.
really matter to an extent.
Right,
To an extent, it shouldn't matter because you made it.
Right.
You know, can't nobody take that from you.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Nobody. Give it up, everybody. I don't know if
It's all good. It's all good. I just think about sometimes when these kids, I'm talking to these kids and they're like, "Oh man, you averaged 2 points." I'm like, "That was political 2 points. You don't understand what those 2 points were."
I got 5 minutes of fame. Who cares? Some people get 5 minutes of fame and it don't even be something that's. I was to be like, from my perspective, it's like I'm gonna bring up a name. What's that girl name? Little Tay, Little Zay, little Asian girl that used to do crazy stuff. She do music now, but it all sucks. But not just degrading her in a sense, but she or it's many people like her.
Right.
But it's what you do that gets you in that spotlight that makes the difference. That has give longevity to you because you made a decision. And that decision has stuck, and you are here today. Just like it says in the quote. When much is given, much is required. He was given a lot, and he required all of the things that that was already pre-given to him. Everything needed to win is already within you. It's already within him. He's already a winner. He's going to win some more. He's going to win some more, and you can't stop that. I'm going to win some more. You can't stop that. You're going to win some more. I can't stop that. Just make sure it's something productive. That's all that I will say about that.
For sure.
For a second question, not to just jump into it because we are on a time frame, but we're gonna run it a little bit on the overtime. But for our second question of the podcast, right? This one's towards you, and then I'm gonna give it to the audience.
Okay.
Thinking of the quote, when much is given, much is required. What was it you had to put down believing it was a requirement within the character of your career that had to change after being drafted in 2010?
Oh man, this is deep. You didn't pull something out of me with this one. It's a good question. Honestly, you know, because later on, you never know what comes out later, right? But no, seriously, I think, like I said, I think the way generations before us was trying to tell us about how we were dealing with the ladies. You know, that was the biggest thing for me in the last several years. Not having like the amount of focus I feel like I should have. I could have had if I had healthier relationships off the court, and identified with myself to pick and have that righteous woman that I need. That's kind of not, you know what I'm saying?
Can we get a righteous woman in this time?
It's tough.
I mean, they
Like,
did.
you know, to look for it, to identify with yourself. So then it's like, you know, you kind of know what you're willing to kind of deal with as that partner or whatever. You know, no one's perfect, but I've had a lot of time being able to work on my character and try to develop where I feel like I'm in a teaching space now. I want to teach, you know, things I've went through. So I'm still single, still trying to find, you know, that person with already having some children in this world. So I made some mistakes, respectfully, you know, with the choice. Not that the women that are watching my children and taking care, you know what I mean? They're great partners. We're great co-parents. We are great co-parents.
Yes. Thank you.
All right? So it's not, for sure. But for me, on the end of like the man wanting to try to figure out and work through, my women weren't reciprocal. You know, they want to be independent and do a lot of things on their own, like the ones I chose. You know, so it was just like, all right, you know, like there's some character things I had to look at within myself on
why I chose her.
Right, you know, but that's all I would say. Just not over-sexualizing women and really developing friendships and getting to know people as human beings. And
that's what this world is actually missing. Like, we're gonna throw it to the audience. But I want to say, because you said that, like, I do have conversations with certain women in my family and outside of my family where that is like a primary thing that is being missing. Just being able to sit down and have a general conversation. It's no longer just the men don't know how to talk. The women don't know how to talk.
Right.
And nobody knows how to just actually listen without being quick to judge and or quick to speak without fully knowing what this person is saying to them or would like to even converse with them. But just like there's some videos on I'm sure you see them where the dude, I forgot his name, he got dreads and wear glasses. He'll walk up with the girl like, hey, what's up, what's your name? And he's like basically trying to see if she a gold digger. And she'll be like, oh, get out of here, I don't want to talk to you. And then he walks over to his Lambo truck. And then she's like, oh, you know, like stuff like that diminishes at us as men sometimes, like, dag. So I have to get that Rolly. I have to get them Louis. I have to get all of these things that's going to take everything I'm working to receive away just for a small window of happiness, a small window of satisfaction, just a brief moment in the bedroom with you and not a lifetime with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, yeah. I mean, listen, I was telling guys, purposely, the Kyrie Irving events, More Than a Run, I'll pop up with the dirtiest white shoes I could possibly find. Just because, like, I'm the walking, talking, like, I'm just like, I'm going to be what I don't see.
Me.
You know what I mean? So it's like, me, right? You just said, it's like, I'm just, like, I'm going to have all my ducks in a row with everything I want, and I don't have to wear my money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then hopefully it's a trend where it's like, yeah, we can have clean things on, but again, like we're being more aware, and I wish everybody didn't have an own brand, and it was just a few brands we could kind of stick by and get behind it for a second.
Everybody gotta go over there and get that.
You know what I mean? But it's like everybody, but it's super cool to see the time we're in. Everybody, expressing different talents that they may have never expressed before. So going forward into the future, I'm just excited and super optimistic about this walking and talking with character thing.
Yes, and that's what we're gonna keep on doing, not just here in the podcast, but just throughout in life.
Right.
So to the audience, we're gonna throw the question onto y'all, part 2. Same way. Thinking of the quote, "When much is given, much is required." What was it you had to put down, believing it was a requirement within your character after stepping up in life? To the audience.
And hold on, because you said that again. I just wanted to say, the practice, because it was my bishop's son, the Reverend. Shout out to Henry. Shout out to my man Ish and Sid in here that showed me love to this incredible space. But like, if say you have a temptation of looking at, like, you like certain particular things, because I said over sexualizing women. So it's like it could be something particular like in that woman. I'm gonna just not look like. And over time and time again of like being out and about. You know what I mean?
There's a girl that work at ShopRite. I be like,
I gotta go. Another way. and the repetitive practice over and over. Now, when you come around something that's might have had you super lustful about it, it's just not. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
But dang, sometimes I want to turn around. But to the audience, I'll read it again.
What did you have to put down?
Thinking of the quote, when much is given, much is required. What was it you had to put down, believing it was a requirement within your character after stepping up in life? Anyone?
Oh, is it?
Right behind you, Sid.
Okay. So I'm doing a lot of talking today. But when you make it, you got to be tough. Like, you gotta be somebody hard. Like, you can't provide opportunity. Mm-hmm. You gotta gatekeep. One thing that I learned, I guess, it's when you get there, teach. Mm-hmm. We don't do that, and I think it's weird. Mm-hmm. How you get there, and you don't. I'm not saying. I almost want to say, I'm not telling you to hand it off. I'm not telling you to pass it. I'm just saying, like,
don't gatekeep.
Yeah. Why are you keeping it? Oh, I had to work 38 hours a day. There ain't 38 hours in a day. It's 24. Why are you how can you encourage me by telling me, like, I don't know. But I think that's what it is. When you make it, when you get there, what I learned, like, each one teach one.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Don't burn the bridge behind you. Why? So that's my answer.
Anyone else? Anyone? I think I saw Connie over there. Right behind you, Sid.
Recovery, but growing up as a child and feeling abandoned and stuff, I always felt less than, and I'm loving you and losing me. You know what I'm saying? As far as relationships and stuff, trying to fit in. But today, I thank God for the many times that He has spared my life, and by God's grace and mercy, it's been 19 years, a day at a time, and I thank God for being able to use my life to make a difference in the lives of others, the way He used others to make a difference in my life. Mm-hmm. Because they taught me, oh my God, to believe in myself and know God got you, baby, but you have to do your part.
5 more minutes.
Right. Yes.
All right, because drugs ain't gonna change nothing. Going to use, that ain't changed nothing. So I know that God has a plan for my life. Mm-hmm. So yeah, much is given, much is required.
Put it on auto and put it on off. Could you please put that on auto and off? Because I'm pretty sure it was off. I want to make sure that's off, because I don't want to pick up the sound. Mm-hmm.
You want to work with it?
I ain't got no other choice.
All right, that's fine.
Gotcha, Doc. All right. So we're gonna jump into the third question, and thank you for everyone's answer. So we're gonna jump to the third question, Derrick. Mm-hmm. Basketball didn't stop for you after the Lakers, but you redefined what requirement meant to you when you were playing for far away from the NBA spotlight. What was the transition like?
I said I had a lot of quiet moments, a lot of time to myself. As a professional athlete, you work about 2-3 hours a day. So a lot of time to yourself. And in those moments overseas, across the country, across the water, I spent a lot of time with God. I spent a lot of time reflecting on decisions I made, how I was here, And I got to indulge in other cultures. And after my 7th, 8th country, I got more appreciative of just being in the moment with my teammates. And I think I got like 8, 9 other guys to the league.
No.
And Maybe
what
another,
I'm saying?
maybe another 4 or 5. Solano, I can't remember all the guards' names that I helped out, but you know, when I came to that team, we won more games. You know, guys went from 5,000 to 75,000 a year. I mean, yeah, contract, yeah, 5,000 a month to I think Solano was getting about 50, 60,000 a month in China. He left Argentina and went to China after that. That's a big league change. It's a difference. So, paying attention to that stuff.
You have a question?
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't win a championship with the Lakers, did you feel a sense of accomplishment when you won your championship overseas?
Yeah, I tell people I have the Lakers. I got a replica back-to-back championship ring that's at home with Mom Duke, so I felt like I was a part of the win at one point. But yeah, I won a Brazil international championship. I don't remember. I give all that stuff to my mom. It was never. I just loved the game. It was never for championships or trying to get MVPs. I think that's what part of people didn't like about me. I had a lot of talent, and I wasn't pressed into that exhaust like people thought Derrick Caracter should have, right? So it's easy to try to now forget about that guy. But that's why I'm kind of doing these things, and we'll see where this goes.
Well, I'm gonna just say this: you got a ring. Rather it's a NBA ring, you got a championship ring.
Got some college rings, yeah. We got some elite aids.
You have a win's a win.
Conference rings, Division I basketball.
A win's a win. Baby.
Shoot.
I want to give you a look, man.
But it's still at the professional level.
Yes.
It may not be United States, because I've seen your resume. You traveled all over the world.
Right. And some.
You've done things that some NBA stars have yet to do.
Yeah.
Right. And you see D Cousins over there and guys, finishing their careers. I think Westbrook just went over to China or something. But no, basketball is a beautiful game and it's worldwide. And with all the Europeans you see coming into the game now, overseas, depending on your leagues, guys are playing still that 90s basketball. It's really physical. they ain't flopping and driving. It's physical basketball overseas.
I can play that.
You know what I mean? Guys are coming back hurt, trying to figure out if they want to go back over there and just stay home and work. So.
And we're going to end with, do you care about your self-care?
Yeah.
Over in the next room.